course, I want to say thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is John from OnShapePro. Today I'm going to show you how to create a hinge using OnShape. Start off by creating a new sketch on the front plane. I'll right click, select View Normal to Sketch Plane. Select the line tool. I'll draw a few lines here. Give them some dimensions. See here, 125 is the dimension of our top line. 8 millimeters on the side here. I'll select the circle tool, and we're going to draw the circle right here. First circle is 25. Second circle is 41. I'll give them some dimensions here. So 24.5. We could see the other dimension right here is 5. I'll add some more lines. Add a line right here. And then 2 more lines about in here. Select the tangent. Make this line tangent with this circle. This line tangent with this circle. Select trim. Trim that line. Trim this line. Trim them 2 tails. And we wouldn't need to trim this one before we extrude, but we're going to go ahead and trim it. Make it a little more clear. Now we can go ahead and extrude this. And we're going to extrude it to 292 millimeters. And you can start to see one side of our hinge take shape here. I'll start a new sketch for the holes. These holes have 2 dimensions. The bigger hole is 32, which is what we're going to start with. I'll select the circle. 32. And for this one, we need to find the center. So we're going to select the line tool and construction. And right there where the square shows up as the center, put a line across there for a guide. Go back to the circle tool. We'll draw a circle right on that line. Dimension that at 32. Oh, well, that was construction. We didn't need construction there. Turn that off. We can right click on it and select construction. Turns it back to a normal line there. Now we need to make another line down here on the other side, and we're going to use mirror for that. It says select a mirror line. Use that construction line we created. Select entities to be mirrored. Select the circle. Now we're going to give them some dimensions. You can see from our drawing here it's 58 millimeters over from the side. So you'll go 58. And we can see here it's 30 millimeters down. Here to here. 30 millimeters. And This one here is also 30 millimeters over. So give that a dimension of 30. Now you can see all the circles turn from blue to black. That means they're fully constrained. And now we can stop this sketch. We'll flip the hinge over. And we'll start a new sketch on this side. And select use because we're going to use the center points from the previous circles we drew. And select the circle tool. And the smaller circle on this side is 24. So dimension that at 24. Dimension this one 24. And our third one. And you can see them turn from blue to black once they get dimensions and they're fully constrained. This one is also 24. Stop that sketch. And now to make the holes, we're going to use our loft tool to cut and remove. Use remove here. Select this circle. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can select this circle and then you can flip it over and select the other circle. And you can see it cuts a hole there. Turn our sketches back on. Or you can do it without flipping it over. Select the loft tool, remove, and select our smaller circle, which is on the side that's facing us. And then you can right click, select other, and then go through here until it selects the circle. That's the circle right there we want. We don't want any of these other ones. Face of sketch 2, select that. Green check on our circle, and then you can see it cut it the same way there without flipping it back and forth. I kind of like just to flip it back and forth. Seems a little easier at this point. Remove, we'll do the last one here. Circle, this circle. Okay. And you can see we got our one side of our hinge with the 3 holes. And we want to make the second one, which will be a mirror of the first one. So I'm just going to right click on this plane, select offset plane. We're going to offset a plane at 150 millimeters. We're going to use that to mirror this part. Click OK. And we'll select the mirror. This part, mirror plane, plane we just created. Okay, now we got our 2 parts. We'll start a new sketch on this face here and select use. We're going to use this line for guide. Select that, and same on this hinge. We'll use that line for guide. And we're going to select corner rectangle. Draw a couple of rectangles here, 3 on this side. 2 on this side. We're going to use these for our cutouts. And we'll give them some dimensions. You can see here 58.4 is the dimension on all of these. So I'm going to go 58.4. I'm going to do select all, copy, enter. So I can just paste that dimension in each one of these. 58.4, enter. again. Just paste that in. Makes quick work. Paste, enter. And I'll do that over here too. One more time here. And you don't have to do this part, but I like to dimension the tops here so we can fully constrain the sketch here, because you see these blue lines here. We can move them around yet because they're not constrained. They have no dimensions, not tied to nothing. And like I said, we could do the cutout with it like it is, but it's good practice to fully dimension your sketch all the time. So we want to dimension this top here. Let's give it 100 millimeters. Same over here, 100 millimeters. Deselect the sketch tool, and then we'll just drag this here to reference. Now that's dimension, fully that one there. Now our lines are black, and we just got this one here left. I'll wake that up. And now this sketch is fully dimensioned. All our lines are black. Give it the green check. And I'm going to extrude this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And we want to remove, merge with all. And let's go with 100. And right now it's just cutting down blind, so we're going to do symmetric. So it cuts up and down from our sketch that was in the middle there. To use this slider here to see a preview of before and after. Looks like we got it all there. We'll click OK, green check mark. And now we have our two parts. We'll select our fillet. See, our fillet is 2, gives us 2 millimeters. And I like to do this in a couple sections here. It seems easier to break it up than to do it all in one step. Go 2 millimeters. Now we can get the rest of it here. This part takes a little time. Looks like we got everything there. Click the green check mark. We just rotate around it one more time. Looks like we got it all there. We can go over to the other part. Do the same thing. 2 millimeters. Just like to get these inside pieces, inside lines here. Green check mark. Once again, 2 millimeters. It's kind of nice if you can position the part so you can click a lot of these lines without having to do too much moving around. I think we got it all there. Click the green check mark. Take a look at it. Looks like we got all the edges there. Click the cube up here. And let's take a look at the front view. Well, I'll put these two pieces back together now and create the pin in the middle. So now we're going to go up here and select transform. Select this part and XYZ. We can grab the arrow here and drag it over. And you can get it lined up that way. Or you can go up here and enter a dimension. I know from doing this a few times that it's 251 millimeters. So enter that in. That'll put our two pieces together. Click the green check mark. And see where we're at here. We don't need this plane one anymore, so I'm going to turn it off just to make things a little clearer. I'll click the eye there. And don't really need these other planes here right now, so I'm going to use the P shortcut on the keyboard and get rid of them. And we're going to start a new sketch to create the plane. And we're going to start a sketch on this face right here. And I'll select the circle tool. And we'll find the center of this here. I'll wake it up. There it is. And see, this pin has a diameter 24.5. And we can just go right into extrude here without clicking the green check mark too. So we're going to do that on this one. And we can see it's extruding the wrong direction, so we're going to click the arrow here. And the length of the pin is the length of the hinge, 292. Enter 292 millimeters, enter. And we now have our pin. Goes from one end to the other. You can see that by turning off the other parts here. Click the green check mark. And now we're going to create the head of the pin. Start another new sketch. Select the surface of the pin. Select the circle. Find the center there. And that dimension is 41 millimeters. So enter 41, enter. And then either click the green check mark, select extrude, and what we want to extrude there. But it's kind of a shortcut just to click extrude right away. And we can see the height of that head is 8 millimeters. So we're going to enter 8 millimeters here. And you can just enter the number like I've been doing, or you can hit 8 in millimeters, whatever works out for you. And we want to add that to the body of the pin we created, which is part number 3. Click the green check mark. Now you can see how that's joined. And we'll finish it up here. Click fillet. And that 2 millimeters. Add a fillet there. Fillet there. Come down to the end of the pin here. And our last fillet right there. Click the green check mark. Change our view. And we are finished. See, we still have a sketch on here. We can turn them off. A couple sketches. Take a look at it there. Looks pretty good. Change the views here to see. And that's the end of it. I want to say thank you, everyone, and have a good day.